I was meant to do this on Halloween, but of course, plans changed. So, if you are familiar with Death Walks With Me, the first seal has already been broken, and War is on the way to break the second seal. And that is where this one comes in. This is the second book in the series of Worlds Collide, and this is Time is Fleeting, and this is the prologue. When the destruction began, clocks chimed across the world. The plague made its way through the major cities in every country, and people fell to the ground gasping for air. Groups of countless mortals grasping at their chests, spewing blood onto the sidewalks, collapsing on the ground defenseless against the new threat. Scientists began conference calls with world leaders completely clueless to the origin of this new pathogen. The pandemic spread quickly and death count rose into the thousands. But it wasn't just people who were affected by the first stage. Monuments and symbols of every religion began to crumble and fall. The first to meet its ultimate demise was the Vatican City. Walls crumbled to thick black dust that dispersed across Rome like the ashes of a volcano's aftermath. The guardians of the sacred building watched in horror when the home of peace and faith broke down before their very eyes. The Swiss Guard rushed in to rescue as many citizens and clergy as they could, but even those who escaped the devastation did not get off easily. Men of the cloth began exhibiting different symptoms. Their lungs filling with black bile, charcoal black spiderwebs mapping out across their bodies. Within hours of inhaling the dust from the fallen remains of the Vatican, they all died, leaving doctors and nurses baffled at how to fight the new airborne threat, as well as the new condition affecting church representatives. The Pope's body was eventually discovered by the CDC when they went onto the grounds, equipped with hazmat suits. It wasn't just Rome falling into disrepair. Places of worship and faith in other countries fell to ash, and bodies littered the streets. Historical sites disappeared in a cloud of black smoke. Various landmarks became a mass grave. Half the population was wiped out overnight. However, an extensive selection of survivors immune to the disease emerged from the chaos, offering themselves up for testing to discover a vaccine. The first seal has been broken. Now, it was only a matter of time before the next task would be performed. La Gracia walked through the ashes of what used to be the Basilisk di San Franco di Assisi and smiled wickedly. She pulled her cloak over her head and carried on her travels. Her mission lay in the city of Venice, or rather deep in the waters under it. War was charged with breaking the second seal. The giant sword on her back peeked from underneath her cloak. Unsure of what she would face, she bought her full arsenal and headed for the destination, the gates of purgatory. So if you're interested to find out more, you can either go to Amazon or you can support Godless, where this little beastie in digital copy is only available for £1, and you can support an amazing community. So, will you be brave enough to venture forward and find out how the apocalypse continues? Do you think Sam will be able to bring back her friend from the darkness? Or will Casca be devoured in her new-found role? Will there be anything left to save? Or will there be anything left of humanity to save?